Let me know if you can hear me or not. For those who coming in, how you doing? On my high, what's up? How y'all doing? More, all that good stuff. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me know if y'all can hear me or not. What's up, G? Can you hear me? Okay, you can. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's up for you to decide. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everything is worth listening to. You get what I'm saying? Honestly, you know, when you're really trying to fulfill yourself, you know, sound wants to hear, or silence wants to hear everything. You get my drift? It's not going to limit the good, the bad, because it's going to have the discernment. And that's one thing we're going to develop during this video. We talking about perfection once again, but from a standpoint of just a heart to heart, having a heart to heart, not using any external sources. You know, only the internal ones. So yeah, you know, I feel like this and everything is worth listening to. You know, if you got the time, you can learn from anything. Anything you even hear negative can be used for good. So, you know, if you're one of them type of people that get mad or frustrated as soon as somebody say something you don't like, the problem is don't stop other people and try to control their speech. Everyone has a freedom to say whatever they want. What we got to do is learn to control our soul and spirit to not be bothered by any spells or any words. You get my drift? So that's what really changes the behavior. Instead of feeling like people got to stop what they saying, and now we have to stop hearing whatever we hear with the words that people say. Because that's where we go wrong at. How y'all doing, man? Everybody should have the freedom to say whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? And I like listening to everything. You know, I'm nosy. I'm really earsy. I don't want to say nosy. You get what I'm saying? I'm earsy. I like hearing everything. My right ear like hearing the right stuff. My left ear like hearing the wrong stuff. What's up, everybody? So yeah, no, I just want you to enjoy yourself, G. I know it's gonna be fulfilling and edifying. You know, you could take it and do something negative with it. You can take it and do something positive with it. But nah, I know it's gonna be worthwhile. Cause I love you. And I know you love me. You know, I know nothing happens by coincidence. And even if you didn't intentionally come, that didn't mean someone didn't have intentions for you to be here. Get my drift. Catch my drift, G. Because I know a lot of people think we can't be perfect, but we going to talk about just that. We like going places where other people do not want to go. Uh-uh. I don't want to hold nobody back from being perfect, G. I don't want you to be a shell of yourself. I want you to fulfill yourself. I want you to fulfill yourself, G. We all can be perfect. Imagine a world where we know what the world could be like if we all felt like we couldn't be perfect. It's like this. Right? You know the results of that. So to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, in that culture, they call that insanity. You get my drift? So nah, we talking about being perfect, G. We talking about being perfect. And the point of talking about it is so we know, because once we know, then we could do better. But if you don't know, you are not faulted for the wrongs that you do. That's how you still perfect, even though your life has not been perfect. Do you understand what I just said? See, now we just talking from the heart. Once again, if you do not truly, clearly know the right thing to do, I don't care how old you are, this is about your soul and spirit. That is still a baby if you are not fully aware of something. So do not get out of line. Do not be ashamed to be a child. Those are the ones that get taken care of. Those are the ones where you ain't got to do no talking. People talk to you. You ain't got to do no walking. People walk for you, carry you. You ain't gotta do no, you ain't gotta do nothing but just be. A baby is just, they just be. There's no resistance. They're taking everything in and they love it. You teach a child something negative without teaching them what negative is, they'll still love it. Get my drift? You teach a child something positive without knowing whether it's positive or not, they're gonna love it. Why? Because you taught them that and they loved you. It's all through love, man. So if you really don't know the right thing to do, yet you did your best, or whatever you did was out of love, that's how you still remain perfect, even if you did something wrong in the eyes of others, because it's not about following man's law. And every man and woman down here had their own law. I'm not talking about the government. The government ain't the only people that got a law you don't agree with. It's a lot of people around here that made up their own laws that you know what I'm saying? And that don't mean disrespect them, but just make sure your laws are in alignment with what God will want for you versus what you will want for you, because that's how a lot of people block what they call their blessings. That's how a lot of people block their gifts. That's how a lot of people block a lot of people that's supposed to be in their life, and they welcome in the wrong type of people that's in their life. And let me tell you this, if there's a demon in your life, if there's an evil person in your life, they there because you invited them. I know y'all seen so many movies where they can't come in until you invite them. So now you got to ask what's in you to invite them, and not have a discernment of who to let in and who to let out. Or even if you did invite them, my thing is know how to help them. Because just because somebody around you bad don't mean nothing. That's your time to do your job, because if people are already good and perfect around you, then who did you really help while you was down here? You get what I'm saying? That's a time to test your skills and to see just how great you have became of yourself. Because it don't matter if a person good or bad, G. You get what I'm saying? We still should be able to be there for them, because you wasn't always good and somebody was still there for you, whether you recognize it or not. What's up, everybody? So as you see, we getting straight in. We just talking. We building. And tell me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying, because last time I checked, truth set you free. Truth set you free. Truth make you free. So as long as we talk about the truth, any and everybody in this video gonna be free. Any and everybody, right? Because we ain't gonna speak no lies, because that's the type of stuff that trap you. Those type of things are evil. Speaking lies? Nah, we ain't got time for that. I ain't finna give you no opinions or nothing. This is all experience. I ain't finna say nothing that you won't understand. I guarantee that. Some of the stuff I'm talking, guess what? This ain't just about me talking either, because y'all can talk with me, because you know what perfection is. You know why? Because your heart do. When you did something wrong and you got that feeling inside, right, and you start dividing within your brain what was good and evil, this is the learning. This is how the soul learns. You've been learning from day one. You do something wrong, your parents pop you, what your brain do? All right, put that in the left corner. Put that in the left backside of my brain. No, do not do that again. Get what I'm saying? Don't do that again. You are wise. You're wise. And then there just becomes a point in time where you just stop caring about the law. And once people stop caring about the law, they become dangerous people, because once again, everyone has a law within them. Everybody got, you call it what you like and what you don't like. Those are your laws. Those are your laws. Some people didn't even make their own laws up. Some people just go based off what society likes and don't like. You get my drift? Versus establishing their own laws by getting to truly know their heart. Because we all get to choose. What's up, G's? Yeah, this is just a second part to the video we did yesterday about perfection. I use scriptures to kind of prove my point, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't really care what I got to say. You know, they care what other things got to say, and they want to hear it through you. You get what I'm saying? So that's how that works. And some people, they're drawn to that. They're more attached to that. That's something that they hold dear. So when they see something like that, you know, it just makes it easier for them to understand if you're already coming from a biblical or a scriptural, you know what I'm saying, place in your heart. But this is for those to where, hey, You're capable of listening to someone regardless of what they have. You're capable of listening to someone regardless of anything. You're capable of respecting the fact that someone can gain understanding through time. Someone can gain knowledge, wisdom through time. Someone can gain just through their experience alone, because that's exactly where your truest knowledge come from, and it's stored in your heart. You might not have books for it or none of that, but it's stored in your heart, right? So I'm trying to ask everybody in here, right? What's up, G? What's up, G? All right, it's been about what? Been about 10 minutes. All right, I think we can get started. Now, what I want to do is ask everybody in here, are you perfect? I'm not asking, are you living up to your potential? I'm just asking, are you perfect? Yes or no? Let your yay be your yay, and let your no be your no. Right? Are you perfect? Whether you type it, it doesn't matter. I just want your heart to speak, because I know everybody responded regardless. We bonding regardless, G. This is not just on Facebook. This on God. That's what I'm talking about. See, when perfection is at the peak, when perfection is at the top of your list, now you got something to reach. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We're getting yeses and nos. This is why we're here. So we can talk to both sides of the brain. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. What's up, G? Ain't no disrespect. I got love for all my brothers, man. Even one of the brothers that you mentioned, Yaki, my brother J Dog actually linked us together before a long time ago. Now I got respect for each and every last one of them, man. I ain't, like I said, I don't gossip about people. I don't do all that extra stuff about people and talk to other people, strangers, about people I don't know or none of that. But that's because I got respect for everybody's work. Because I know everybody is a part of God. Everybody is being used by God, how God needs to use them, and we all working on different parts of the body. You get what I'm saying? Like I utilize senses, sound, frequency, and vibration, as they say, to participate in my healing. That's how I help others heal. That's how I healed. But I also know that the physical body is something, a whole nother beast, and there's people out there that mastered that. I also know different parts of the bodies, of different parts of the spirit, different parts of the soul. That's what all of these different people serve. So I will always be willing to collab. I'm collabing with them whether we collab or not. I'm collabing with you. I don't know everybody you mentioned, believe it or not, but no, I mentioned that one because, like I said, I actually got to sit down with that person in person. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Of course, I used to build with a lot of people. G, I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all, man. But I'm also focused on still building a curriculum. You know, we still got a lot more stuff going on to add to the things that we've already done. So it's not that I'm antisocial or anything. I'm trying to perfect my craft, as they say. You get my drift? Perfect. What I say, I'm trying to perfect my craft. But somebody, you say you can't be perfect. For the people who say that you are not perfect, can I ask you something? When you go to the club, do you pick imperfect shoes, clothes, or do you pick perfect? Do you half do your hair, or do you make sure it's exactly how you want it? Do you make sure you look perfect before you go somewhere that you want to be presentable at? Right? Just asking a question. I want to check the logic of perfection within you to see how something like that may be able to be perfected, but not you. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, G? Let's talk. Before you go somewhere that you like, do you make do I'm not talking about when your shoes are already worn out, but what I'm saying is this: when you buy them brand new shoes, don't them brand new shoes do something to your soul? Come on, y'all, don't lie to me. Don't them brand new shoes? Ain't it something about perfect shoes? Woo, woo. Ain't it something about perfect shoes? For those that said, no, you're not perfect, well, let's talk. So your shoes can be perfect. Your pants can be perfect. Your shirt can be perfect. Your hair can be perfect. Your makeup can be perfect. But you can't. Dang. Dang. Why you get excluded? Who excluded you? Or do we have a false sense of what perfection is? And that's why we actually agree, although it may not seem like it, all because it's we might have a misunderstanding of what I mean by perfect and what you mean by perfect. And that's why we're here to talk. You get what I'm saying? Because two can't walk together if they don't agree. So we have to reach a point of agreeing. It's not to agree to disagree. No, we're going to keep talking until we reach a point of agreeing. That's why you learn what you learn. Not to once I reach this, I'm limited. No, there's other ways of proving anything. There's other ways of coming together on anything. There's other ways of bridging ourselves. And this is where we reach deep within us. Break the spells within us, G. Huh? So, you said you can't be perfect, yet your shoes can. Okay. And what happens when your shoes not perfect? Anybody ever had perfect shoes and somebody stepped on them or dropped something on them and it really hurt you, but either you lost control or you had to control your spirit at that time because it was trying to release through your heart? Anybody ever went through that and experienced that? Yes or no? Right? We just bonding. I just want to be honest. I want to use real life situations. That's all. Real life situations. Since you think you can't be perfect, you also think I can't be perfect. Damn, G, why you gotta put me down? You don't know what I'm doing? If all the people around me loved, if all the people around me whole or getting there, if all the people around me are doing better and greater because of my presence, just like I'm doing greater and better because of their presence, what's wrong about that? What's imperfect? If everybody's trying their best, if everybody's not only just trying their best, they learning how to do even better. How that's not perfect? Because if you put yourself down, you put me down. You get my drift? You get my drift. You only going to be able to see somebody as you see yourself. Because what's the number one rule? Love God as you love yourself with all your heart. And then what God tell you to do, because there's a next step. Now you got to take that love and love you as you love God with all your heart. But then it's a next step, because everything is connected. It's a next step. Then you got to learn to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And everybody's not your neighbor, because some people pick the other side. So then you have to even learn to love your enemies with a different type of love. It's not supposed to convert to hate, because then you'll be half and half for the rest of your life, and that's what will make you imperfect. See, me saying perfect don't mean you ain't never gonna raise your voice. Don't mean you ain't never gonna have to put your hands on somebody. Don't mean you ain't never. No, there's a righteous reason, righteous way of doing everything, G, and understanding is important for that exact matter. So you are not limited, and you know how to respond properly no matter what's going on. Because any of us have certain people that we will check, but then there's other people that can do the same thing, but we won't check them. Right. Because your fear ain't of God, as you say. Right. Ooh, you said perfectly made in. Oh, okay. Right. If we made in the image of God, and God is perfect, how are you not perfect? And let me ask you, I know it's because we're not living up to our potential. So now I got to ask you, why are you not out there doing everything you're supposed to do that's righteous? Regardless of what I know and what we're going to talk about, or whatever the case may be, within your heart from what you know, why you not perfecting it if you know better? Why your discipline so low? That's what we got to fix. That's what we have to heal. That's what we have to understand. The problem is not that we can't be perfect. The problem is we don't want to be. That's what created hell. Us. Yeah. We created hell with God, G, because we didn't want what God offered. So God had to create a dark side, because everybody don't like the light, G. It really is clarity before anything. It really was all clarity, but nobody liked the clarity, because sometimes you can't see what's clearly right in front of you. It has to be in black or white, because people are so divided Things are either black or white. No, it's not. Some things are clear. Something can appear like something, but it's not. This is what I mean. Certain men have developed and certain women have developed laws within their heart that you can't speak to them. If you speak to them when you out, they might kill you for that exact gesture, but you meant nothing but love. Do you understand what I just said? Woe to those who replace light for dark and darkness for light. See, the same act can get one killed, but that don't mean you did something wrong. You just didn't understand that that person didn't want that. You just didn't understand that that person would view that as a threat. You just don't understand what that person may have went through to make them look at that like, hold on, what you mean? You trying to be funny? See, it's black or white to them. Last person that did that to them set them up. You get what I'm saying? And they haven't forgiven them because they don't know perfect forgiveness. They got imperfect forgiveness. You get my drift? You get my drift? Yeah, sin destroyed the perfect. And for those that don't know what sin is, let's truly define it. And it is in the Bible this way. So I'm not going off no interpretation, right? I'll use the Bible since we're going to use biblical words sometimes, right? The Bible says sin is knowing the right thing and not doing it. No, sin is not, oh, he did this, oh, he did that. Because to think that God would tell you to not kill, well, what's going to happen if somebody run up on you and try to kill you? Boy, if you don't go ahead and kill that person, then you actually didn't follow God's law and deserve what happened to you. God gives everybody a right to defend themselves. Go look at nature. God created that too and ordained that too. They still listen. God don't speak in just no English. God don't just speak in no English. God speaks sound, frequency, and vibration. Go look at nature. Go try to touch a lion. I bet it kill you. You think it did wrong, or was you stupid and didn't understand that creature? Huh? And the vibe it was giving off, and the power. Huh? And how you out of line, G. Try to get closer to your own people. Why you walk up to the line? No, so to think God would tell you not to kill, that's how I told you those societal commandments wasn't necessarily of God, even though they are godly. This is about different. The Bible was orchestrating and telling you how to set up a government. Everything is set up based off what God has. I'm a part of God's government, G. Keep this in mind. I'm a part of God's government first. So are we all. We all govern by God first. This is why no matter what this world tell you to do, when you do something wrong, you know it in your heart, even if you don't understand it, because you still govern by God, G. I don't care what you. Them the real rulers. I don't care how oblivious people are to it. I know the real rulers. You do too. When you do something wrong in this society, them people come and lock you up, right? Do something wrong in God's society, you're going to get locked up too, even if your body's still down here walking. You still go to sleep every day. You still work your job, just like you got functioning crackheads, just like you got functioning alcoholics, just like you got functioning anything. You got functioning dead people. Because the soul gone, and you ain't the body. God made that. So God not finna destroy that body just because you didn't like it. God not about to destroy that body just because you didn't want it. God gonna allow you to go ahead and get locked up and let somebody else use your body. And it goes in autopilot until you get up and get right. Until you want to be perfect again. That's what really happens. This is how possession takes place. Every day. God government never stops you. You get my drift? God government never stops you. You get my drift, G? I hope we vibing. God, universe, the creator, Allah, Buddha, I'm with all that, G. This is mental magic omniverse. Omni means all verses. I respect and my people respect all verses. I and my people respect all cultures, honor all cultures. We got this far from learning from all cultures. This is why I try to watch what I say while still not jeopardizing saying what needs to be said. I still try to watch what I say because I never intend to offend nobody. But sometimes we gotta go to the depths of hell and speak at the lowest levels. That sometimes you gotta get out of character a little bit because gee, they not gonna hear you trying to come the way you coming, and that's what you gotta respect. You gotta understand people's law. And if you want to reach somebody, sometimes you gotta get outside of yourself just to reach them, man. If you love them, God didn't never tell you to abandon them. That's exactly what made these people so evil in the first place, possibly. Some people just gonna choose evil, period. Don't get it twisted. Ain't nothing gotta happen to them. They can grow up in a perfect life and still choose evil. I'm talking about the people who don't. Something really happened to them and they trapped. They really a good heart, G, but they surrounded by evil, man, and don't know how to get out. Because people scared to learn this. People scared to talk this talk. People scared to walk this walk. Yeah, all walks of life lead back to God. That's what the sun rays tell you. It's a moon in the middle of the sun, man. And all sun rays extend out because we come from all sides, but we all going to the same place. The same place. From generation to generation, from nation to nation, from people to people. Gee, truth is truth. And we all get free from it. What? So I'm never telling you disrespect no other man's law. I'm telling you learn it so you understand how to respect it when you are in the presence of them. That's the greatest love you got. This is why it's important to listen. See, there are steps to being perfect. What do you mean, Frank? Well, for one, perfect listening skills. Hear somebody out fully before you judge them. A lot of us be speaking before people even speak for themselves. That's not love. That's colonist behavior. You learn that from colonists if you do that. I would never cloud my judgment. That's what that's called. You see what you just created? Listen to the word you choose, Mr. and Mrs. I'm not nature. You think you in the body? You are, just not the flesh. You cloud your judgment when you don't give a person time to speak for themselves, or you may learn to misinterpret a person's body language due to how colonists look at body language. Because although they got their body language together, if you look at their actual language, and if you look at their actual spirit and what they're really saying behind their language and all the different understandings and meanings of the words, and why so many people get confused, and how that all is all just a curse when it comes to English, the English spell, like, dude, you think that stuff not leading people away? Okay. Okay. Don't it feel good when you heard? What feels good to be heard? The soul. And for some reason, when you choose to hear somebody and you take that in, you become closer naturally to somebody. And when they know you and you start letting out you and they willing to hear you, y'all walking in spirit now. Y'all filling each other in now as the sun does the moon and the moon does the sun. The sun fills up the moon and the moon releases on the sun. You get my drift? You're doing what your mother and father in heaven do. But when you close somebody out, what happens to them? Because you think you know and you speaking for them. Big judge. What's up, G's? I'm so glad y'all here. So for those that's coming in, we are learning perfection. Right? We're learning perfection because, like I said, if perfection is not at the top of your pyramid, if perfection is not at the apex of your heart, then you are not trying to reach the top. And what's the point in reaching the bottom? What's the point in, if you go to school and you don't graduate, aren't you a dropout? So if you don't believe you could be perfect and you never try to live up to those standards, I don't care about your degrees, your diploma, none of that. That don't mean you made it up out of here. You get my drift? We want to make sure you make it up out of here. I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm saying, like, no, you can be here longer than you think. Way longer than you think. And it's going to be you holding yourself back. What up, Jeezys? My McFeezies, man. I miss being around y'all. So the question is, man, to everybody that just came in, yes or no, are you perfect? I'm not asking whether you're living up to the perfection of yourself, which is ordained by God, what God wants for you, what God wants from you. I'm asking you, are you perfect? Already, with nothing done. It's freely given. It's freely given. And we're going to talk about mistakes. I know a person will be like, but I made mistakes in life. That don't mean you ain't perfect. See, God not the type to where you took the test and because you failed, you imperfect. See, what you're supposed to do is this. They call it reflecting. Whenever you do something and you go back to God and you found out that you made a mistake, God allows you the opportunity to correct it. And if you correct that mistake, then guess what? The test is still going and God changes your score. It's only when you fail to correct a mistake that you become imperfect. Did you just catch my drift? I'm showing you the laws. We talking about the laws, not the laws of man. I know it's not the laws of man and women. I know it's not the laws of that culture. I'm telling you the laws of God. Huh? That's why God asks you to be as forgiving as God is. Not like you. God is all forgiving. God is not going to pick and choose what to forgive in you. God is all forgiving. Because this is what forces people to hide what they've truly done in life. And now people not confessing to each other. They confessing what other people doing. Look at all the people trying to expose what other people doing. No disrespect to them, but those type of people, if you ever try to expose other people and gee, you got the biggest secrets. That's called projecting. You trying to hide and send a light over here and the eyes over there, so nobody never focuses on you and what you doing. That's why I don't expose people. I know that everything exposes itself. I'm overexposing myself. I ain't got time to be exposing no evil, no this, no that. Now I'm trying to. What are you talking about? What you talking about, G? God didn't send me here to expose nobody. God sent me here to love, help, build, grow. What? What? I'm exposing God, my ancestry, stuff that these people don't know. What? I expose myself so you know who you talking to, so you know who you dealing with. If you've been around me for years and you still think I'm a stranger, that's a mental illness, man. Something wrong with your mind. That's some colonist-like behavior, G. That's colonist behavior. I saw you as family from day one, and it should have been the same. So therefore, we can start acting as family, because it's laws to being friends. These are titles, and with those titles come laws, rules, duties. As your friend, I'm supposed to da-da-da-da. Why would I want to be your friend when I'm your family, G? I feel like you're trying to downgrade me, G. You're trying to play me. Like, understand how I be feeling. Like, hear me out. You get what I'm saying? As I hear you out. And this is what I mean by just learning to listen to other people, because I'm not telling you everybody gonna feel this way. I'm not telling you everybody should be this way. I'm telling you, when you come around us, have respect for us to adjust. I ain't telling you to change. I don't want nobody to change. I want you to grow. Flowers change. Flowers grow. They do not change. I know you say, but they look like this at first, and it was all a part of the actual vision of what it was supposed to look like. It doesn't look like the end point. You're not just what you look like at 50 years old. You're not just what you look like at 60 years old. You're not just what you look like at 14 years old. You're not limited nor stuck to your body. You're what you look like in the heart, G. That's what God looking at. Huh? Yep, you can call it laws of Mod. You can call it laws of God. You can call it the laws of anything. It's laws, the laws of nature. It's the law. It's the law. Law of the heart, law of the land, whatever it's the law. And these the laws our children are supposed to learn when they come down here. When we become oblivious to it, hey, we lawbreakers. Straight lawbreakers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's up, G? What's up to everybody coming in? How y'all doing, man? I'm so glad to see every single person that's in here. No lie. You get my drift? Every single one of y'all, man. I done met every last one of y'all through different walks of life, whether we done met in person or not, G. I don't care about that. I care about meeting in spirit. You know, we may not never meet in person, but I do not let that hold me back from how close I can get to you, because meeting in spirit is always better. Nobody that meets in person ever becomes close until they meet in spirit. You ain't never getting close to nobody until they reveal something from their heart to you. That's a revelation. We think revelation is just in the Bible. That helps us not realize when somebody just told us something that they might have been afraid to tell. Somebody might have told us something that they might be ashamed to tell. Somebody might have been, this is why it's important to be godly. So you do not put somebody in fear, to be honest with you, to be free with you. Yep, laws of Anki. Or Anka. I don't know if I said it wrong or right. No disrespect, G. I'm just trying to give respect to any and everybody, G. I got love for your culture, man. We saying the same thing in different forms. You get my drift? We saying the same thing in different forms. Oh my, hi, Jesus. Hmm? Yeah, you say bring him back to the center. Boom. No division. We ain't getting right, we getting whole. Huh? I know on one side of our brain and our heart, nobody's perfect. But if there's one side, I hope you all realize duality exists and you choose the side. And your body goes where your mind goes, and your mind goes where your heart dictates. So once your heart says, I can't be perfect, your imperfection starts and you start walking in an imperfect life. But the moment you realize you're perfect, your perfection starts and you start to look at how to walk right before you walk right. You start to look at how to love others. You stop thinking about yourself and you start thinking about others. Because if you care about yourself, it's imperative that you treat others right if you really want to make it through this life. You get my drift? See, I'm willing to risk my peace. I got perfect peace. When you got imperfect peace, you're afraid to risk it. You know why you're afraid to risk it? Because you're weak in certain areas in your life, huh? If I say this and that, ooh, that's going to get your spirit hurt. You're going to turn into a demon, huh? Because you ain't got no control of yourself. You should have enough control of yourself to where your peace, you got to store things where no thief or moth can't break in. My peace come from God, G. So even if it get destroyed for a moment, guess who's going to give me my peace right back? Because if I risk my peace, it was to do something righteous. When I come out to the internet, I don't know what people think. This place is filled with angels and demons, G. I ain't coming out here trying to be fake perfect. I'm coming out here being perfect, and I'm going to yell. I'm going to say words that you think are curse words, words that you think are bad words, and you're going to learn what real curse words and bad words are and all this other stuff that they didn't teach us, and this is where we make our bond at. You're going to learn to understand me and be appreciative of the fact that at least I'm being me. Because I want you to be you. And that perfection does not come in no false representation of what you do through the flesh, but it's what I'm doing through my heart, regardless of how I express it. I'm being honest. I'm being open. I'm being pure. I'm being vulnerable. I'm being all of the things most people fear being. This don't help me as much as it's going to help you. This the thing. Don't try your best to control. When you gain full control of yourself, you demand it. This is why going back to God is important. Do you think God is asking us to be righteous, or did God demand it? See, this is why it's important to learn about God first. See, first we're going to learn about God, and this is why we talk about God's perfection. Then we talk about human perfection. That's why I said, don't you want your shoes to be perfect and your clothes to be perfect? Right, so that can be perfect, but not you? Stop. Huh? Do you think God demands for you to be righteous? Right. It's not asking you. That's why it has a place for you if you don't want to be. God is not finna argue with you. God is not finna get mad with you. God has another side since that's what you want to be. Get my drift? Yeah, God does. God did that for you because guess who don't want to be? You! God's serving you. Imagine that. We all think we serving God. Why would God want us to serve it? So it can serve us. Because if not, then the devil's serving you. I don't care what you think. And the devil give gifts too. It just don't last. Show me one thing you got from that culture that lasts. I bet you the knowledge and information you get today gonna last you for the rest of your life, and you're gonna come back in another lifetime and remember. Believe it or not. You might not remember this exact moment, our names, and none of this fake stuff, but you're gonna remember, dude. I know what's going on, and you do too. We just try to play oblivious. Get my drift? I know you get my drift. I know you with me. Some of y'all fighting it. Some of y'all fighting. You with me. You with me. You ain't with me in the video. You know you with me. You know I'm with you. You get my drift? So yeah, God demands. So the first step, you know how they say the first step to stopping an addiction is admitting that you have the problem? Right. We have to admit that our language is the problem. This is why I stay focused on language. I know people think it's stupid, but everyone speaks a language of their own. So no one is really speaking English. Everyone takes the English spelling and they form their own language because you create the understanding and definition. This is why it's important to not just hear what somebody's saying and think you know what they're saying. They use some of the same words in their courtrooms, but it has a whole different meaning. Now, that government is not the only ones that do that. I'm telling you, every man and woman does that. Every man and woman does that. Say bitch to this word woman and say bitch to that woman. They might have two different understandings. In one, it might invoke a demon. The other, it might actually invoke an angel. It might make her happy. It might turn her on. Everything is a double-edged sword. So you got to be careful with these swords, because they taught us how to cut ourselves. They taught us how to commit spiritual suicide. Why you think the body ain't doing nothing but what the soul is doing? And nothing your soul is doing is nothing you demanding it or ordering it to do if you don't know who you are first. This follow you, not the other way around. You get my drift? This follow you. You got to control your words. And like you said, hold on, let me find that comment. Just so that's what we here for, G. We getting clean right now. We ain't waiting till tomorrow, G. You might not have them all. I don't know what people be thinking. I'm gonna wait till next Tuesday. Nigga, you think that exists? It might exist for some people. That you don't know if it exists for you. You might go tonight. God might call you tonight, and if you think you're gonna be able to not answer that phone, okay. No, you gotta accept that you're in control. A lot of us don't like accepting that we're in control. You know why? Because it relieves you of responsibility. And if it relieves you of responsibility, it also relieves you of consequences when you do something wrong. Not realizing if you take responsibility and take accountability for all your actions inside and out, be honest about them inside and out, that's when you will begin to seek and reach your perfection. That's when this all happens internally. It's happening right now if you wanted to. You ain't trying nothing, G. Do you try to eat food or do you eat it? See, I'm talking about perfection. People say they can't be perfect, but you perfectly eat that food. You don't leave nothing on the table. You don't leave nothing on the plate. You knew how to clean the plate. You knew how to perfect the food you was putting on the plate. You knew how to go hunt for it. See, today, just because, all right, y'all, just because we don't have to go out to the jungle like we used to, I don't want y'all to keep thinking, just because I'm showing y'all this old stuff either. Don't think I'm trying to take it back to the old days. I'm trying to be me. I like who I am today. I was who I was yesterday. I am who I am today. And I am who I will be tomorrow. We all shift. We all grow. The point is not to change. Set your heart and do not change. God don't change. Why you changing? You get my drift? You take full control. Full control of everything. That's when you will release them spirits from your heart that help you govern you, because you act incompetent in spirit. See, a lot of us, we might know how to read every book in the world. We might know how to carry ourselves at work. We might know how to carry ourselves in the club. We might know how to carry ourselves everywhere else. But for some reason, when we get in spirit, we act nuts. We act bonkers. And we assume because we can hide it that nobody sees it. But sooner or later, it's going to come out. This is why I don't like faking. Sooner or later, it's going to come out. Heal, man. Sooner or later, it's going to come out. Address the issues now. Because if not, it's going to address you sooner or later. And it's going to wait to some of your best moments of life. I promise you. That's how it happens. It's going to wait to some of your best moments in life. And it's going to try to mess it up. Being perfect is real. But you have to first believe it in order for it to exist. Because that's how any of this exists. We play a part in our destruction. We must play a part in our recovery. We have to learn what perfect is, but this is the problem. A lot of people don't realize there's more than one perfect. This woman likes things like this and like that. This person likes things like this, like that. That man likes things like... So it's your job to learn each one of these, to remember each one of these and hold them to heart. So therefore, when you come around them, you can honor their law. You can respect their law. For each and every individual God bring around you. For each and every individual you decide to take yourself around. That's perfecting the law of God. Learning how people want to be loved. Because everybody don't want love the same way. You might be... Now, this is what I mean by mistakes. A lot of people believe because they made a mistake that they did something wrong. That means you did something wrong, but that does not mean you're imperfect. Because once again, if a person doesn't have perfect forgiveness, just because they holding something against you, and just because you wronged them, don't mean you wrong God. They're not in their right mind, possibly. If they're not all forgiving, they're not in their right mind. So you was dealing with a demon anyway. This does not bypass you from what you did. You're still responsible, G. I'm just telling you, it does not eliminate your imperfection if you did what you did out of love, and you just didn't know, and you just didn't understand. It's their job to help you and fill you in. It's not their job to condemn you. It's not their job to hold something against you and now try to force you into servitude so you can get back in their good grace. What I just say? Damn, people down here playing God. But we ain't got God in us. Am I tripping, y'all? Or people, do you see how people say one thing, but I'm paying attention to what people doing and y'all ain't fooling me? That's why I'm going to keep asking, are you perfect? Yes or no? You going to say no, but I know you believe you are. You just ain't going to say it. And that's wise. But some in your heart know it. Because if not, what are you measuring yourself up to? What are you measuring yourself up to? You get my drift? My ancestry was perfect. My God is perfect. My people are perfect. You see the world I created for myself? Only to realize God created this world for me to experience. It was me that saw my people as imperfect, and I was the one imperfecting them with things that was imperfect within me. See, I learned to like what God like. I got my own personal likes and this, that, but just because you don't like it don't make you wrong. I got my own personal beliefs, but just because you don't believe it don't make you wrong. I have my own personal understanding, but just because you don't understand it don't make you wrong. You get my drift? You still perfect in my eyes, G. If you still loving and you still kind, because I know it's a lot of ways to love. You don't have to know what I know. If you loving who you love, G, you have fulfilled the law. You don't have to know nobody's name. You don't have to follow nobody's laws. If you are down here on love time, G, you in the same place I'm at. Whether you blind to it or not, because just like people blind over here, people can be deaf over here, people can be paralyzed over there, you could be over there. But guess what? Once you lose this body, you're going to come alive then. It's cool. You're going to wake up. Watch. You're not going to get there when you pass away. Well, you do, but it's not when your body passes away. It's when your ignorance passes away. It's when your misunderstanding passes away. It's when you actually want to see. It's when you actually want to see it. If you are loving someone, if you are loving others, if you are loving yourself, if you are loving God, get my drift? You being perfect, man. I don't care what somebody said you did wrong, you being perfect. Or you in debt, you still perfect. That culture said you was wrong. Boy, you know how much wrong that culture done did that they ain't made right? Do you know that you got to be without sin to cast a stone? I know that culture ain't saying that any of us in debt. You know who you owe? You know how many people you owe? You know how you got what you got? We ain't gonna talk about that though. God know. God know. And God gonna handle that, G. God said vengeance ain't ours. Vengeance is not ours. This is why we submitted and did what we did, G. All around the world. If you are in a system or a government system, it don't matter where you at in the world. If they are using that against you and say you owe the... What? You owe us. But we ain't gonna trip. We're gonna handle this in the court of God. Because if you try to take it to their court, it's gonna be some unfairness. Handle it in the court of God. Handle it in the court of God. Handle it in the court of God, G. And then take it to him if you got to. But don't do it through no demonic. Don't go in there trying to talk crazy. No, G. Because you're going to get your head blown off. I don't know what you thought. That's a respect thing. That has nothing to do with love. See, the way that you love evil is you respect it. Simple as that. You don't have to become it. You don't have to fear it. You don't have to do. You better respect it though, or it'll show you what it's about. Huh? It'll show you what it's about. Look at what our coaches have learned, G. I'm watching some of my people straight literally diss the dead that ain't never said nothing about the dead in a good manner. And I can't blame them. Because I understand why some of them doing it. They doing it through hurt. They doing it through confusion. They doing it through peer pressure. Right? They doing it through what the image brings. They doing it through the fact that if I want attention, and these are a lot of people that was attention deprived. This is still a little boy or a little girl that was once deprived of love. This is still a little, I don't care how old they are physically, this is still a little boy or a little girl that didn't get something that they wanted at this age that they did, and they're not letting it go. They're not letting it go. There's somebody that's telling you what hurt them. You get my drift? Because that stuff don't hurt me, man. You can't, you know what I'm saying? The dead is good, G. They're more alive than the living. The dead is more alive than the living. I don't know what these people down here thinking. So I'm not talking against what they say. I understand. Don't take what I'm saying right now like I'm preaching against them and I'm telling you to hate it. Boy, I listen to drill music all day. What? I listen to drill music, gospel music, hip-hop music, all that. The only thing I don't really listen to is like ratchet-like music. And I'm not saying I got something against it. I'm saying I don't go to the clubs. So it's just not my vibe. I don't listen to that type of music because I'm not really a club-type person. It's just not my vibe. That's all. But I'm not against it. If people speaking truth in their music, it's the gospel. You don't have to like it. It's for whoever that does. God has different forms down here, and we have to learn to let things be what they are. But I also want people to learn and understand, because there's people caught up in that mess that's not supposed to be in that. See, I'm not talking against the people that's supposed to be dissing dead people, because they have chosen the side they chose. They don't care. They've given their life to the dark side. I ain't nothing wrong with that, G. They accepted their fate. All love, G, because I know one day they still got to return to God. God gonna forgive them whenever they ready for that forgiveness. Just like you gonna get it. So I'm not talking against the people that do it and they really live in that. They really love that. That's what God, that's what their heart is telling them to do. I'm talking about the people who got caught up in that, who got forced up in that. And it's like, no, don't be afraid to come up out that, G. You love the dead. Stop lying. They help us. They don't have to help us at this moment. God help us at this moment, and our ancestors stay out the way so we can help each other. So, I mean, yeah, they jump in every now and then, but they are not to, just so you really know real law, they are not to intervene, because that eliminates you going to build with your brother and sister whom you see today, which are your ancestors, in a new form. Why call for you when you right here? I just may have treated you wrong. I may have looked at you wrong. I may have felt something wrong about you. That don't make sense. To turn a blind eye to who we see every day, to try to get help from people, you know, this is the desperation of us. This is the fear of us, not wanting to love each other. That we try to go to something invisible, not realizing what's visible is still invisible, because you don't really know who that is in there, B. You don't really know. Huh? Huh? Thank you. Everybody, these are all works, because we always learning and we always teaching. Somebody always learning just from the way you move. Even if you silent, somebody always learning. So you teaching at all times. Make sure you learning at all times, G. Okay? That's all I ask. Keep both sides open. Because you by default teaching at all times. If a person is wise, they going to be learning from you. Even if you ain't trying to teach, they learning. Notice how a lot of them rappers, I ain't no role model. Boy, shut up. By default, you are. You might not want to be. Did nobody ask you that? You are a role model, man. So if you don't feel like you a role model, just be. If you don't feel like you want to be a role model because you know you leading people down the wrong path and you know you're doing wrong, then why not just stop what you're doing? Huh? Why not really fully be that? Oh, you just trying to get a little money, then come back over, and I get it. I get it, G. Say so for a second and gain the world, G. I get it. Your soul is your people. It's not a person. It's a collective. Your spirit is all them people individually broken down, but the soul is a collective of all. This is why when you start thinking for all, now you're using your soul. When you start moving as an all instead of as a one, God move as an all. Gee, what I just say? You ain't just thinking about yourself. See, when God say, let this mind be in you, in a renewed mind, God wants you to start learning. That's why your brain has two sides. It really got more than two sides, but we simplifying it, man. So you can always take somebody else into consideration before you do what you do. To understand and to know how the things that you do are going to affect others around you, or others that may come from you, or others that may look like this or sound like this, or you have to be responsible for others. It's not just about being responsible for yourself. You get my drift? You get my drift? This is about us all. This ain't just about you. You all. That's why it never just be about a person. You can have your moments, but it's never going to always be about you. Because there's too many of us. We speaking about perfection. What's up, G's? Do I sound crazy to y'all, man? Is there anybody in here that disagree at this point? I mean, we've been talking for a minute. Because if so, I like to talk about past this point. I like to spend time to talk about whatever you don't agree. This is where I like to, have a heart to heart. Because if we already agree and we all in agreement, and you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep building. But if we're not in agreement, then we need to halt before we keep going, you know what I'm saying? Because you still walking with us, but you ain't walking with us. You get my drift? And if you don't agree, I want to know what you don't understand or what you don't agree with or whatever the case may be, so we can go deeper in it. That don't mean what I'm saying ain't true. That don't mean what you believe not true. I'm saying we can come to an understanding, okay? That's all I'm saying, man. Taking the time. I told you what we already do. I got 1,000+ videos just dropping knowledge. So please don't think this still dropping knowledge. But most people look at knowledge in the sense of what you see going across the screen. Not what's coming out my mouth. It sounds like I'm just talking to some people. But knowledge comes in all forms. Sound, vision, pictures, images, people, body language, all that. All that knowledge. All that's knowledge, man. It's all knowledge. If you look at it like it's not that, then you just turned it into something different. That don't mean it's not. Okay, just making sure. Just making sure, man. Because like I said, I don't want to be doing this in vain. This the only time we got to talk. We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow into that. So, hey, let's not waste our time. Let me get a sip real quick. Hold on. Gotta drink my water. Getting parched. And for those of you that want to see me physically, click on my picture. I still look the same. Going over the video, I still look the same. I want you to see my heart. So I'm going apart, and in the last video, I more so use scriptures because I don't want people focused on me. Even when you hear me talking about me, I'm talking about you. When you hear me testimony on my side and what I went through or whatever the case may be, that's because I want you reflecting on your side and what you went through in the same manner. I made sure I don't want to be a distraction. Most people will be looking at my body. They'll be looking for something wrong with my body. They'll be looking at my body language. They'll be looking at the way my lips move. They'll be looking at just focus on everything but what I'm saying. So I did this, so therefore it's now me and God and you and God. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can only reflect on your life. You can only reflect on your life. You can only apply this to you because I'm not being a distraction. You get my drift? I don't want to be a distraction. I want to be a focus. You get my drift? I want you to use what you learn and apply it. Because once you turn it into your own understanding, it's now yours. It's not mine anymore, man. Huh? And I appreciate that honesty, G. You've been doing the same. People might not look at it that way, but when you told one of your partners and when you told one of your partner them, hey, man, I wouldn't go around her. Hey, man, I wouldn't trust her. Hey, man, I wouldn't deal with that. Hey, sis, I wouldn't deal with that type of man. And they didn't take heed to your wisdom. That's wisdom, G. You was dropping knowledge. They just didn't respect you, but I do, and I appreciate your. That's why you here because you one of them types that'll try to help somebody. You got that perfect wisdom. That's perfect wisdom. Perfect wisdom ain't tie your shoes like this, that, or make sure you don't go around, or all them beautiful quotes, you know. The sun dies when the moon rise. No, that's not that's no, man. No, that's worldly wisdom, man. That's worldly knowledge, man. You be dropping knowledge. You be dropping when y'all talking to y'all kids and y'all telling them from y'all experience, don't do this, don't do it. You trying to teach them how to be perfect, man. They gotta learn to respect your walk. But if they don't respect it, guess what? It's because you don't. You think you do. You think you do. No, you don't, and they see that. And they reflect what you do. They reflect what you do. Oh snap, that's what I'm talking about, my sister. I love it. So you fell back into the matrix, you need help. Boom. Now, if it's something personal, do not disclose it. We have other ways of showing you how to deal with that and handling it, right? So what I want to do is make sure you come to the understanding of certain things that frees you from that and allow it to be handled on its own. Because some stuff is not meant for you to do anything, and that's exactly what continues to keep stuff, you know, out of whack. Now, first thing we need to do, because I can't help you, I probably can't help you with your problem, but guess what? I can't help you perfectly. I can help you with a part of it, but I can't help you perfectly. But God can. So now we got to learn how to get to God or get our problems to God. Now, if it's something financial, yes, that's something you speak to your people about. You get my drift? If it is something if it is something physical, you get my drift? Oh, I need a car. You talk to your people. See, God handles things of the spirit, and it allows us to help each other with the things of the flesh. So if you need a house, I know we be praying to God and we feel like God blessed us, but it was really based on your hard work, or based on somebody helping you, or a system of credit that's extended because you actually set this system up. And these people owe you anyway, and they're basically making it seem like they're doing you a favor. Or so you get what I'm saying? There's ways to get houses. There's ways to get cars. There's ways to get jobs. There's ways to get funds. There's ways to get food, even if it's just depending on your family, your brothers and sisters. You know, even if we don't have it, I ain't afraid to ask for you. I ain't afraid to share what I got with you. You get what I'm saying? So if it's something like that, then we can push that to the side and let it know. But if it's something to where you're one of them type of people that you care about your family and it's hurting you what's happening, you care about your life, you care about your relationship, and you know things just not going right, but you're really doing right and you really trying right. It's things you really can't control because other people are in control of their part, and you can only play your part because once you're dealing with something in the soul, you know what I'm saying? It's not just you. You become one with others, and how many other people you choose to deal with in that segment, y'all become a body of something. If it's something like that, that's what we can heal right now. So it's spiritual. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So first and foremost, like I said, without knowing your problem, I just want you to get some understandings. I just want you to get some understandings. Is all right, because I'm trying to keep it confidential, right? So if there's anything you can disclose just to help me, some hint words or anything, you get what I'm saying? So I know where to pinpoint that, or something that you may be struggling with. If you do care to be honest, I do hear you in spirit, and I can say everything that's in my heart to say, but I know I'll be touching so many things and might reach others, but might not reach you particularly. And I want to make sure I reach you particularly because guess who invoked it? Guess who opened up and said, man, look, Jay, I fell back into the matrix. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because this is what I want to ask you. A lot of people think that God created heaven for us to stay there. No. God created heaven to be a place for us to return. We can stay if we want to, but it's really a place for us to return. So falling back into the matrix is not a bad thing. Let's get our understanding together, because maybe you might not have an issue. It just may be a misunderstanding. Remember how we always say most problems come from a misunderstanding or due to a misunderstanding? So this is why I said what I said. You ain't really got to disclose it. If you went back into the matrix, it's like going back into hell. And a lot of people get mad when they go back into hell. Now, hell is not a bad thing. It's for people that need to get their life together. Okay? hell, whatever you want to call it, gone, just gone, and mystery, just don't live no more, whatever the case may, whatever you want to do, there's a reason that it exists. You just feel spiritually broken, you're not sure the words to say. Beautiful. All right, now, I want to help you understand an impossibility. How can something invisible be broken? Because if it's spiritually, remember, spirit is invisible. It's visible because we clearly know that it exists. But nobody has really ever seen the spirit because it's clear. This is what we teach. In between when you leave all division, when you leave all colors, and when you leave black and white, everything is now clear. See, a lot of people think that they're their skin color. They think that they're their bones. They think that they're their flesh. No, you are clear. If you really had eye color, why don't you see the eye color in your physical eyes when you're looking through them? You have to look in the mirror to even know what color your eyes are on your body. But which eye are you looking through to see that? Let's slow down and go back so we know who we are first. Because if we out of place, then our understanding going to be out of place. You clear for one. Now, it could be disappointed. Hey, it's going to be it's never going to be one thing. That's why I wanted you to be just that open. If you can be open, guess what? So can I. That's what's going to help me be open, because I don't do guessing games. And this is why it's important for us to be honest. Because if you're honest, then I can honestly help you understand what you need to understand. And like I said, sound can heal you more than a placebo pill. Because if it's things of the spirit, then 9 times out of 10, something spiritual broke it. Like words, like actions, like how somebody probably view you acting in their heart, in their mind, even though you don't act like that. It's a lot of those type of things. So when you say you feel spiritually broken, this is not a bad thing. You didn't say you are. So the fact that you feel spiritually broken, well, we're down here where a lot of people are spiritually broken. So you're feeling those around you. Why is that a problem? I love that you have a care. Most people don't care to even know that anyone is broken. You do feel spiritually broken. Guess what? We all do if we in tune. That's not a bad thing, G. See, it's all a misunderstanding. Let's put ourselves where we need to be first. Then yes, you do feel spiritually broken, but you're not. You're not at all. Because I know that it's impossible. You know why? Because I know that God protects those that love it. So I know if your spirit is with God, there's no way that your spirit can be broken. That's a promise. And I believe every promise God gives. You don't have to protect nothing. See, when you got perfect peace, you can risk it. God don't want you just being around perfect people. God wants you being strong enough to be around imperfect people. God don't want you to be strong enough to be around the people you want to be around. God wants you to be strong enough to be around the people it want to be around. So if you're wondering why certain people in your life that you just want to get away from, you're wondering why certain people in your life that you just like, you're wondering why certain people in your life that they're a reflection of a part of you that you have not learned to love. That's why. That's why. If you got people in your life that you don't like, they reflect in parts of you that you don't like, and you need to learn to love it or them. It's simple. That don't mean that they're going to receive it. I'm not telling you that things are going to be perfect. I'm telling you that all things are going to work for the benefit and for the betterment of your good, even if they don't accept it. So this is why it's still important to do what God told you to do, so you stay in God's good grace. All you got to do is follow God's law, and God promised everything to you, G, and God is not lying. You do feel spiritually broken. That's good. God told you. God trying to show you. Because you care and you want to know. What you do with the brokenness is another thing. Or maybe you're just disappointed in yourself. Oh, snap. You are. Because you've fallen short of who you know you are. You keep minimizing yourself and changing who you are just to please this person, that person, this person, that person, this person, that person. Instead of being who God called you to be and accepting that and just taking the repercussions. Because guess what? There's going to be some repercussions. And some of us are afraid to be the God within us. Yet we become the devil within us, and everybody's okay with that, ironically. That's what makes this hell. That's why people think that the earth is hell. Fool, it's both. It has both. Neither one is really here. You have them right on the outside. That's why day and night is in front of us, and there's a half and a half that shows us every day. It's right in our face every day. People just don't understand what it is because that culture never said that was heaven and hell. They said that's night and day. Sorry, they called it night and day to trick you. How else they trick you? Notice they just set their time back, right? Why is their time not based on the actual day and the actual night? When it becomes light outside, it's daytime. When it becomes dark outside, it's nighttime. That's day. That's night. That's when their clock should start. That's when 12 should start. 12 should, because once you start it the way that they started, the day is actually the night in their culture, and the night is actually the day. They got it reversed, and that's why you got a woe to them. They tricking people. They got people's minds all messed up and on their time. Instead of, guess what? I respect their time. If somebody tell me be somewhere next Wednesday at 8:45, guess what? I'm gonna be somewhere next Wednesday at 8:45, and I know exactly what time it is, but I also know that that time is not real. I also know that there's some form of magic to help try to keep you, or it's for some, it's a way for us to communicate and meet at the same point in space, and to align at the same point in space, to do something good, righteous, or whatever. But for others, no, they're using it to control people. They're using it to keep people. So, like I said, everything is a double-edged sword. So this is why I'm not against it, but I'm against it. I don't agree with it, but I'm not finna try to destroy it. I want people to understand it and learn it so they understand the difference between God's timing and man timing. Hold on. All my sisters speaking. Oh, snap. Let's handle this. You say I'm tired. I'm stretched in. I'm carrying financial stress. I'm healing physically. I'm trying to hold space for someone and survive my own storm. I'm giving from an empty cup and calling it devotion. This isn't sustainable. Man, I love you for this. Listen, let's go backwards. I'm giving from an empty cup and calling it devotion. The reason why the cup is empty is because you are no longer pouring out fake anything or things that's not what it is. You're finally really giving from a place where you are empty, yet you still giving. That's what God would do. It is devotion. Because you are godly. Because you are capable of giving whether you have or whether you have not. And there are those that are down here that have and won't give. So you see how you are living. You are a living testimony right now, and you feel bad. You tired of it? Why? You're doing what God told you to do. Why? It's tiring because so many people possessed and they not giving back. I get it, man. Just forgive them, for they know not what they do. Keep giving. It is devotion. It's really votion. But, you know, I get what they mean by that word. So, yeah. I love that. You are giving from an empty cup. That don't mean the cup empty. It just has a substance they don't understand. Huh? You ever express love to somebody and they don't understand it because you didn't just say, I love you with all my heart. No. You sat somebody down and you said, look, I really appreciate when you did the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It hurts me sometimes when you da-da-da-da-da because da-da-da-da-da because I truly do care about you and I never want to da-da-da-da-da. You get what I'm saying? And I'm trying to be my best for you and blah, blah. That sounds like love talking to me, G. You being honest. You being pure. You being open. You releasing things that's in your heart to somebody. And it's up for them to get it. And if they don't, guess who's going to catch it? God. Stop eliminating God from this equation. That's something that, see, when we fall short of following God's laws, that's why God say no matter what you do it with me involved too. God don't care if you even doing evil. God told you God want to do evil too. Why y'all be trying to do evil, right? But then try to hide it from God. When God said, do it with me so I can help you. God like doing evil too. Not, it don't like doing evil. It like watching your back. It likes enjoying it. It's like a security guard, right? It don't really want you going to the club, but if you have to go, damn it, call me. You get, because there's demons in there, and I got your back, G. You get what I'm saying? So it wants you to use it in every form of fashion. But we don't like taking it certain places because we think it can't handle this or handle that, not knowing dog God or G. I don't know what people thought. You get what I'm saying? Now, let's get to the next part because you're giving from an empty good. So you gave from your full cup up until it was empty. Boom. Notice how you got a full moon and you got a new moon? Oh, Mark, you giving your all is what you just told me. I love these confessions. I'm giving from an empty cup and calling it devotion, because that's what it is. You ain't calling it nothing. You hearing your spirit tell you what it, you hearing your soul tell you what it is. You ain't call it nothing. You didn't call it nothing because you trying to call it something else without calling it something else, just by how you put it up there. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. You don't have to rebuild you. Rebuild God within you. Rebuild others, and that builds you. Stop thinking that you are the flesh. That's step number one. Because rebuilding others is rebuilding you. Coming back to somebody that hurt you and trying to help again is coming back home. Because home is where the heart is, man. You get what I'm saying? You're doing right. But it feels wrong. Because you are going against this evil force down here that's trying to tempt you to do otherwise. So stick within it, G. I'm with you. I love you for it. Thank you. You helping people I can't help. You helping people that probably don't need or want my help. You're doing your job. I'm doing the same thing. It's other people doing the same thing. And we feel the same way, but that don't mean that them feelings is real. They supposed to come to pass. So let's go to the next check. I'm trying to hold space for someone and survive my own storm. What? That sound like God, G. Don't the sun and moon hold space? What's around the sun and moon? Space? So you trying to hold space. You ain't trying to hold land. That's my... Oh, no, you're talking. You ain't even trying to hold it. You holding it. You mad because they don't want to be there, just like God is mad that it has all this space in heaven and we don't want to be there. You notice how many stars are missing from the sky? Because they chose to be in hell. Hell is the day. Sorry. I know a lot of people think hell is fire. No, hell is ice. They spell it different. Hell is woe to those who replace light for dark and dark for light. They tell you hell is fire. So I guess you think heaven is ice. But nothing can move in ice, yet everything moves in fire. So when you learn about the elements within itself that God created, you understand that these places exist beyond this. And when fire comes, it comes from a place where there's eternal fire. And when ice comes, it comes from a place where there's eternal ice. It has to melt to get here and turn into different forms to get here. This is all holy, though. This is all holy. Hell is cold, G. That's why they spell it's really H-A-I-L. I think that's how they spell it, H-A-I-L. But in the Bible, they spelled it H-E-L-L. But this is the kicker. Your soul don't give a damn how you spell it. It does not play with spells. This is why we do not pay attention to the English language. We use it to communicate with those that have made that their language, but besides that, we do not use that language internally. We do not use that language with God. We decipher it, but we let that be their language. We respect it, but no, it's too much confusion. It was made by illiterate colonists. This is why they told you that so-called black people was illiterate. They're projecting. I'm not saying all so-called Caucasian or white people are illiterate. I'm not saying black people are illiterate. I'm saying the story that they telling you is a lie, only to cover up the fact that, guess what? Some of them so-called people that created this stuff was illiterate, and some of them so-called people that couldn't read and write could read and write. They didn't want to read and write these people's language, just like I don't. Just like you shouldn't. Where your spirit go? We didn't want to. They don't tell you that, though, because now it sounds like you're a resistance. Now it sounds like you got your own, huh? Now it sounds like you got some respect about yourself. Now it sounds like you got your own culture. Huh? Now it sounds like you don't need what they have for you. That's what that sound like. So they gotta flip the script. I ain't never deleting nothing again, G. I ain't never really deleting nothing from the past. Facebook started tripping. So that's why we redoing it now. We going over this again. And we gonna be better than we was the first time. We gonna do better than we did the last time. We gonna be there for each other, for real. I ain't going nowhere even if I go somewhere. G, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't acting like I'm finna go live every day because I want to start leaving time for people to really decipher what we really just talked about. Because as I'm talking to you right now, God having to talk with you. Your understanding ain't coming from me. I'm just giving you my understanding that came from God, and God is giving you an understanding of what I'm saying, and that's how you build your relationship with God, just bonding with me, because I'm building my relationship with God, and God allows us to bond together right now. So you see how everything kind of, I be having to talk fast because there's a lot going on. There's a lot to say. So let's get on this, because you do exactly what I do, just in a different form. G, that's how we bond. That's what attracts us to each other. That's what we got in common. You get my drift? So you trying to hold space for some. Well, God is too. And survive your own storm. Well, this is the trick. There is no storm to survive. That's not your storm. You actually the one making the storms by how you choose to look at it. This is what sends the strikes down the nerve. God allowed you a portion of nature within yourself. So when you feel that going through your nerves, when you feel that going through your body, you sent that signal. You sent that. You sent that. You made a storm out of it when you could have made light out of it. You could have made clarity out of it, right? There's nothing wrong with a storm, because if something needs to be destroyed, it's your job to know what type of energy to give it. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? It's not about you surviving the storm. It's about whether whatever causes the storm can make it through you. You never late, G. You right on time. We all on our own time. You ain't never late. You ain't on my time. I'm on yours. You come when you ready. You come when you ready, G. So nah, you, and this is what I mean. You already survived your storm, because if you really with God, G, what can harm you? Let me ask you something. Have any of y'all ever seen a broken star? If we really not humans, like I'm showing you, if we really not on earth, no, we on earth, we're not in earth. We in heaven. You either in heaven or you in hell. You make the choice. You can even be blind to it, but you're either in heaven, and if you don't make the choice, damn it, you by default go in hell. There is no in between, dude. You get spit out to hell. Unless you still loving, kind, and being righteous, no, you do not have to believe you in heaven. And if you loving, kind, and righteous, you just dumb, deaf, and blind in heaven. You still there, G, but you just dumb, deaf, and blind to it. So you limiting your own love and how strong it can be, and getting someone else there. Because all you can really do is get them there through love. But I like helping people understand where they at. That's why you'll see all this stuff in front of you. I like helping people understand, because what else do we have to talk about if we're going to be around each other all day besides each other? If we don't have all this stuff that we need to learn, and all these different cultures to decipher, and to really talk about history and her story, which is your story and my story, and to really learn each other and all this, so we can really come, then no, we wasting our time. We wasting our time. So no, you have already survived the storm. The problem is you be forgetful. The problem is you be letting that go in your heart. You have already survived the storm. Nothing down here can nor will hurt you, because you are perfect. You are worried if others that you care about will survive the storm, and you are personalizing it. You know you good. You don't know if others are good, because you can't control that. This is where God gives everybody that control. And this is where none of us can get favoritism, to where I can get all my people in, but you can't get all. No, everybody got to make their own choice, G. And some of us want certain people that we love to be here with us, and they just don't want to be there, and that break your heart. That make you not want to be there. That make you not want to be there. That's why you say you stretched thin, right? Because you're trying to be in heaven and in hell. You're trying to be in heaven for yourself and God and your family, but you're trying to be in hell for somebody you love, because you know that's where they at, and you know you ain't gonna see them unless you go there. You know you can't spend time with them unless you go there. What I mean by going there, you got to dumb yourself down, huh? You got to act like you don't really got love for them, like because of what they think of you, or because how they feel about you, or because of something they keep trying to tell themselves and hypnotize themselves to. So now you can't even speak truth. Now you can't even be free to be around them. You got to limit yourself just to be around them, because you just genuinely love them more than you love righteousness. This is why God says have no respect for person. God knows what can deter us. I don't respect people. I respect the soul, man. You get my drift? And just do what I gotta do, man. Because if you chose another side, man, I love you, G, and I'll see you later, man. There's no hate, there's no beef. But you no longer you still my brother, but just not in this lifetime. You know, you're not on my side. That's all. And I gotta be wise enough to love you from a distance, because if I get too close for you, bad company, corrupt good morals, and you start feeling it in your heart, and your heart start telling you you're doing something wrong, and you gotta start listening to it, G. Because you should want what's connected to your heart, not your mind. Say you healing physically, and that's the only place that you need to heal, because your soul is straight. Your soul cannot be damaged. Like I said, you cannot break something that's invisible. People can't even see it. That's why God made it clear. You can't laugh at its color, because what does clear reflect? Any color looking at it. This is why I can't talk about your looks. You look just like me. Not in the flesh, but you do in the soul. Our walks have just been different. Our experience have just been different. But we ultimately look alike because we came out unscathed. Because clarity has no scratches. Just your body. Yes, your body gonna have some healing to do, because guess what? It ain't yours. It's supposed to go through ups, downs, ins, out. It's supposed to get hurt and recover. But guess what? You ain't got nothing to do with that healing. You just got to stay out the way. Because even if you never did something to it, the body gonna try to heal. So it's good that people are even learning all of these different things that our people have been wise enough to learn about that can help us and heal us, besides the things that they tell us. But sometimes all it really takes is a belief. Sometimes we take stuff too far. But some stuff, no, it is already too far. And you need these herbs that God put down here that these people have learned. You need these teas that people have put down here that you see what I'm saying? You need all of these different things, man. You need all of these different things. Once you're at that place, but this is the thing. This is the thing I want you to take, my sister. You can't die healthy. So I don't care if you, let me tell you this. Let's get a worldly perfect picture of a life, so we understand the difference between godly perfect and human worldly perfect. So let's say you worked out every day, never ate nothing bad, ran 10 miles every day, always stayed in shape. When you die, did you picture what I just said? It don't matter how healthy the body is, it's still gonna die. Because God didn't promise that the body would live on forever. It promised that you would. This is where we have to start separating from this body before we just pull from it. Because God know you love it. You making a bond with it, G. You've been with it, you know, ever since you came down here in this lifetime. But it knows that that's not your body, because, you know, it's just your body for the time being, because you've been a man before. You've been a woman before. You've been a this before. You've been this complexion, that complexion. So when you see even interracial dating, you know how a lot of people hate interracial dating? But this my thing. Interracial dating shouldn't be based on your complexion. Interracial dating should be based on the color of your soul. Because when people are incompatible in the spirit, this is how people can be of the same complexion in their home and in their relationship, destroying each other, because their souls is really from two different places and really interracial. Yet there's people that could be of two different races together just loving each other, because their souls is of the same family, their souls are the same complexion, their souls is equally yoked, and they're not interracial. We be basing it off the flesh. Because if you really want to go deep, all black people are not family. All white people are not family. Why? Because all the colors of brown are not the same. So light-skinned people are one family. Lighter-skinned people are one family. Lighter-skinned people are one family. Dark-skinned people are one family. Dark-skinned people are one family. Dark-skinned people are one family. And there, you get what I'm saying? God drew a line once it becomes something different. So stop looking at the illusion. That's the holy perfection. So let's say you worked all your life to have a physical healthy body, yet you didn't do nothing but love your own self with it. You didn't love nobody with it. You still was in hell, G, because you got that strong body and ain't did nothing with it. You just trying to look good. You using that to get this, get that. You did it in vain, not in spirit. See, godly perfection is this. I don't care whether I died from sickness or whether I died in full health. I ain't died. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, my sister. Do not forget the rules. Once you start speaking death, damn it, it happens. You got the power to determine that. You didn't die when your body died. You died the moment you thought you was gonna die. God, they even say in the Bible, there's some scriptures. I ain't finna act like I remember the exact book and chapters, but there's some scriptures that say one man may consider every day, holy, and one man may consider a certain day a holy day. Both are alike, the same. You get what I'm saying? One man may do this and one man may do that. You may do something that you think you shouldn't be doing, but it's not the action itself that's really harming you. It's the fact that you're not enjoying what you're doing. It's the thought that you shouldn't be doing it, yet you're still doing it, that actually is destroying you. You get my drift? I'm gonna figure out what scripture those are and bring that up. You get what I'm saying? Check the heart. Boom. Why you doing something you ain't enjoying it, G? Just enjoy it. It'll come to pass. Just enjoy it. God is okay with more than you think, G. God is A-okay with way more than you think. Trust me. Just because that society or you don't like something don't mean God is against it. That's why it's important to learn God's law. So we can not only be in alignment with that, we can be in alignment with our own laws too, and make sure our laws are a byproduct of God's laws. Hold on, I'm trying to find your comment again. They made it disappear. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. So yeah, you healing physically, and that's beautiful because some people die physically. At least you still, can heal. That's a good thing. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it don't matter whether you're healthy or not, because there's no such thing as a healthy death for the body. It's still going to die. So just try to keep it up so you can live in it as long as you can to keep loving. That's all it's about. You keep that body as healthy as you can for as long as you can, so you can use it to love others. You can use it to get to others, because once we go, like I told you, we cannot help each other as much as we can unless we leave things behind. So that's why I leave these works behind. That's why I know you leaving things behind. It don't matter what it is. Even if it's a conversation, even if it's just a letter, even if it's just a picture of something, you're leaving things behind for that exact reason, because once we go, we got to help each other up there. We can't help each other down here like we think all the time, because you're going to be intervening. You're going to be hurting as much more than you're helping. You get my drift? So, hold on. The only way we can help is in the way that we do is we got to get it through a body. So you say you're carrying financial stress. You're darn right. Because I don't care if you had $1 million. That system's still going to try to rob you. I don't care if all your finances was good. That system still tries to take from you every 30 days. They still try to find a way to get through to you. So you're going to forever have financial stress as long as you think that them finances matter. It's up to you to determine how many finances you want to have. So if you're trying to get so much that it's stressing you out, then be happy with the finances that you earn and try to live within that and grow through time. Allow it to grow naturally if you really just need more. But deal with the finances that you have. It don't matter whether you're homeless. It don't matter whether you this, whether you that, because you are wealthy beyond your greatest measures. You don't have no financial problems. What we are doing is we are helping that culture and the colonists with their financial problems. That's all it is. Anytime you do any business, any of that, pay anything, you're helping them with their problems. And it's cool for us to do that, because guess what? Their problems become our problems because we connect ourselves to people and have not disconnected. So it is still a good thing to go ahead but just don't stress yourself. Right? If you want to be ye perfect, let go of all your possessions. Go sell all your possessions internally. Keep your physical stuff, but stop having aspirations. I ain't telling you don't have goals. I'm saying, why are your goals not heaven? Because a lot of us are trying to get mansions. The problem is we be trying to do it alone. I can get a mansion right now if I wanted to. I don't want one. You know why? Because me and my people are band together and we'll keep it up. And I got enough heart to share the mansion. If it's a 10-bedroom mansion, then I'm gonna need somebody to fill every room. I'm not picturing getting a mansion just for me and my little family. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm not talking bad about nobody out there. I'm telling you the mind that we need to have. So if that's the life you want to live, I'm showing you another way of getting it versus thinking you have to go the route that they're telling you to take. The route that they're telling you to take, no, you don't have to work hard and have a lot of money and this, that. If If the right group of people are willing to work hard, y'all all can work at a fast food restaurant, and as long as y'all willing to work together, y'all can have whatever y'all want. So that's going to be the hard work, learning to work with others, learning to build with others, learning to share the space that you have and not being able to control all of it, but just having to control your part. Because if you was to have a mansion, you're going to have to clean it. If not, you're going to hire somebody to do it anyway. So why not build with somebody? Why everything got to be business? Huh? We should cleaning our own stuff. If you got to hire somebody to do it, then it's too big for you. You get my drift? Won't you, or why it got to be hired? Why not just involve someone else in your family? It's a lot of, we ain't gonna go there, but it's a lot of different options that God allow and God actually rather us do. But when you say no, you know, you put yourself in that bind, you know, and hey, I don't know nobody that's dealing with that society that doesn't have financial stress. Because even if you good, you only good for now. Ain't nobody guaranteed their house and guaranteed to be able to pass it down to they. You see how many pyramids we built back then, and we not even, some of us not even on the land where some of them pyramids at. Like I'm close to the, I'm basically on the land where I last left off, so to speak, and where our pyramids at, what they call Cahokia. Like I live right around the corner. But we got some in Mexico, we got some in Africa, we got some in, you get what I'm saying? Like we don't have financial stress. Forgive us, right? Don't we gotta forgive our debts? Don't we gotta forgive their debts, and they gotta forgive our debts? So if we go about it the wrong way, you're gonna stay financially strained. But in full understanding and using God's law, you really don't have no debts. You really don't have none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It accumulates to us not understanding what God meant by what it said, or told someone else to say, and told you to say after someone else said it. And you say you stretched thin, like I said, that's crossing both sides, G. And you say you tired, your heart is tired. Your heart is always gonna be tired, not because of what you're doing, by everything you're doing. It's by constantly doing it without having a full understanding of all the good that you're doing. See, you're doing it, but you're not balancing it enough with allowing others to love you, with allowing yourself to love you for what you're doing and appreciate you for what you're doing. So it's a lot of love we don't allow in ourselves, because you think it's egotistical. It's gonna be this, that, or it's, no, man. Hold on, where's another comment? She said, I limited myself, now I feel so lost. Wish I never did myself like that. Just because I love family so much, I lowered my frequency because they didn't understand me anymore. Hold on, G. I love this. You say you limited yourself. Okay, let me tell you something. You did the righteous thing, because some people can't accept you in all your glory. So in order to reach certain people, you're going to have to limit yourself. That's the wise thing to do. God told you, be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove, G. Wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. And serpents are super wise. So you actually had the knowledge that you were going to have to limit yourself to get to them. What's bad about that? And you feel so lost. I love that. You feel their loss. You didn't say, and I'm so lost. Notice your words speaking for you and revealing a truth. You limited yourself, beautiful. That lets me know that you could be greater and smaller, and you are neither or. See, I'm not trying to be the big me nor the little me. I'm both. I'm whole. I'm not trying to be my upper self nor my lower self. I'm both. I'm whole. It depends on who I'm talking to, what time it is, what's going on, and what is needed. Because everything can be used for the betterment. Everything. You could do all right and do all good, and somebody could still take it and look like, oh, you playing me, cuz you dissing me, bro. No, my mama blood, and kill you. So don't think that you're doing something wrong just because you get a wrong reaction. People are bamboozled and lost and possessed down here. That's supposed to happen. We need to make sure we have an understanding. That's supposed to happen. See what I mean? That's supposed to happen. Hold on. Let me get, I love these comments, boy. Y'all going in. I ain't the one going in. This y'all. This y'all. I limited myself. Because now I'm finna show you how you are part of the sun, moon, and the stars. Because you just confessed to what you did, and you didn't do that physically. So you limited yourself. Well, your body didn't change. I know dang well you can lose weight for people, but you cannot change your overall natural structure unless you go get surgery and stuff. I don't care how much working out you do. If you are a heavy set person, you're gonna be a heavy set person, and that's natural and that's supposed to be right. I don't care if that culture say you're obese or rhinos obese. No, that's their natural weight. What's wrong with them? Or bears obese? No, that's their natural weight. Or elephants obese? No, that's their natural structure. Some people are meant to have a natural big build. The thing is for you to be loving with it. It's not about being skinny. It's not about being buff. It's not about being tall. It's not about being short, because you're none of those things. You're able to shift into whatever is needed for someone. That's love. You limited yourself. Now you feel so lost. Well, when you limit yourself and you connect with somebody, you're going to feel how they feel. You wish you never did yourself like that. That's all. That's the only part you just did wrong, is the regret. Never regret trying to help somebody just because they didn't receive your help. God received it, and thank you for what you did. You have to let God step in, and you have to be patient. Because sometimes we shorten ourselves by even wanting to thank you. Sometimes we shorten ourselves by even wanting a response for them. I do good to get a response from God, not you. If you decide to respond, that is beautiful. That I ain't finna act like that don't make me feel good. I'm not finna act like that doesn't make me feel better. You're giving me something back. But even if you didn't, I'm not gonna be empty, because I'm told to give and not to expect nothing from you anyway. So no matter what you give, I'm amazed. I don't care if it's a like. I don't care if it's a share. I don't care if it's a hey. Look, I look at everything. I don't amount $1,000 more than $1, because I can do something with both. It's love. I don't amount 1 like to 10,000 likes. It's love. I'm not gonna limit your like just because it's not 1,000 people likes. I'm grateful for any and all of whatever you do, period. However you express yourself, period. And I don't regret what I'm doing for you. Because I know that even if you don't take heed to this, I will. I know that even if you ain't finna listen to what I'm saying, I will. Because I know who talking through me. And it ain't me. It ain't me. Yes, I can say it ain't me. And I can have full control of myself and allow God to speak through me. What's the problem with that? What you should have a problem with, I'm talking to whoever got a problem with what I just said. Are all these people getting demon possessed and letting the demon come through them, letting demons speak through them, and yet they think that's their voice. No, you possessed. You possessed. We be afraid to talk some real stuff to our own friends, but it be crossing our heart sometimes because that person possessed. We be afraid to give our friends, some people be afraid to give our friends good advice, because we know they might not take it, or we know what it may make us look like, or whatever, right? Because you're afraid. But to say some demonic talk and not realizing you possessed by a demon at that point, even if you feel good, demons feel good because they got your body. It ain't because of whatever you telling yourself they feel good. They feel good because they got your body. They get to live again. They don't have nobody. That's why whenever you feel like I don't have nobody, you demon possessed. Because you technically have everybody. You see how God talk? I got everybody. I'm still trying to figure out how to get to all y'all. So I will never feel lonely. I can never feel lonely. I have too much family. I am never broke. I am never hurt for nothing. I never want for nothing. I got too much family. And I love them, and I make sure they know that, so they don't have to guess. It don't have to be implied. Nor is it constructed by that culture. Nor is it constructed by that society. Nor is it constructed. It's not implied nor constructed. It's expressed. You don't have to accept it or not. That's on you. It don't have to come in written form. It can come in oral. It can come in visual. What? That's love, G. Don't wish you never did that. You see how you trying to use your magic for evil? How you gonna wish you never did something you did? Now you gonna force yourself to forget it. I wish you keep doing that. I wish you more strength. I wish you more power. I wish you more understanding. I wish you more wisdom. I wish you more knowledge. I wish you more peace. I wish you more wholeness, because you're gonna need all that in order to keep going. But you straight, G. Don't wish you didn't. I truly wish good things for you. If we gonna use our magic, let's use it for good. You wish you never did yourself like that. But I love that you explain why you felt that way. Let's look at the link. She says, just because I love my family so much. Stop. And through the process of limiting yourself and feeling the lostness that they have and wishing that you never did it, it's only because you found out your family didn't love you. That's the revelation. They do. The thing is, they chose another family this generation, and now it's your job to choose your real family that's really together and never divided. Now it's your job. Notice the moon is always divided even when it's full. The sun is never divided even when you see a half of it because it's lowering or rising. Peep what I just said. It's showing you two different parts of space, two different portals beyond this world. The moon is always divided even when it's full. Why? Because the other side is just on the back and you just can't see it. That doesn't mean it's not there. It's always divided. But the sun is always whole. Always. Even if you only see a part of it. You found out they didn't love you. God needed to reveal that to them because you've been ignoring your real family that colonists taught you were strangers. Colonists told you to put a different spell on them. They call strangers. They call strangers. And you taught just because somebody got the same blood as you that that's your family. Man, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Flesh and blood does not make you family. Laws and principles do. Who you serve do. This is how different gangs exist. This is how different structures and sororities and fraternities exist. And those people become more family with that than their relatives because they get the point. That's why you end up spending more time with them than you do your family. Even if you're around your family physically in the flesh, in spirit you're around whoever your real brothers and sisters are because that's where you truly are. You got to make that choice and stop. You know, it do hurt. It hurt me too. I used to come out here crying because I realized some of my relatives didn't love me. But I had to be understanding, Frank, they love you, fool. They gone right now. They love other relatives more right now. They want to do this, that right now. They chose another side right. I just had to be understanding and realize I was being a wuss. I had to realize that my family is bigger than that, and I need to stop trying to focus on the family that I want to try to help, and I need to help the family that God wants me to help. And that's when I start coming to Facebook. Voila. And here we are, damn near a decade later, still meeting new family members. That's what we down here for. That's why God give us all this time, not to keep seeing the same damn family members every damn day. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to have your immediate family, but gee, we supposed to be extending ourselves sometime. I ain't telling you do this every day. But it's imperative. That's why you feel that way when you go outside and meet new people. That's why you feel that way. Because you're going to feel incomplete if you don't. Because you got more family than you think and you limiting yourself. That's what the devil wanted us to do, to limit ourselves and to keep trying to force people to be our family because they got the same last name. Or because this the crazy part. People be having the same blood, but the crazy thing is you don't. You really just under a spell and y'all got the same last name. Y'all don't even be having the same blood type. If you got a different blood type than your cousin, that's not your family by blood. If we gonna go by blood, so you see just the illusion of people, you see the illiteracy they taught us to have, the ignorance they taught us to have, just the confusion, just of the devil, just all confusion. We're not even going off. If I'm going off my blood family, damn it, I'm gonna go off what my blood type is. That's my blood family. It's not because you got the same last name. That's my name, my family name. Or you family by name. Like it's so many things, different things that make us family, but those are worldly family things. Right now we talking about a spiritual family thing. Yeah, flesh and bone don't make you nothing, G. Don't make you. That's how a person can play like they're your brother and sister, and a demon can basically be getting to you and using you because you all way in heaven, and they can't get through to you. But besides your confusion, they can only get through your confusion. That's the only way they can get to us is if you bring them, if you let them there. If you let them there. Get my drift? And you got to care about those that care about you, and not allow them to come if they don't really want to be there. You have to separate from what you thought was family and accept what is, and realize people make a choice. And like you said, you lowered your frequency. Right. The sun has to lower its frequency sometime, because if you give too much, you would have destroyed them and still had the belief that they was your family and you did something wrong. you would have broken the bond with them, and they would have played it off like you hurt them and like you did this and like you did that, but the whole time you was trying to help them. You meant well. This is what I mean by people can be perfect and do something out of love, but a person can interpret it wrong, and just because they feel like you're wrong in their heart because of their laws, based on their laws, that don't mean you're imperfect. That don't mean you broke one of God's laws. You just broke one of man's laws. But God told you God don't respect man nor woman law if it's not in accordance with God's law. So I ain't telling you disrespect it. I'm saying you don't have to follow everything people want you to follow, because some people trying to lead you to hell right where they at. My laws lead you to God. That's why I care for people to treat me how I want to be treated, because it's going to lead you to God, G. It's not going to lead you to me. You already got me. I'm going to lead you to something inside me, but you know, I ain't trying to lead you elsewhere. That's why I simply forgive. And nobody ever did no wrong to me. Even people that wrong me. You hurt yourself, G. You ain't hurt me. I'm good. Been good. I might act like I'm not sometime on the internet. That's what make this shit fun, because y'all don't know me. Right? Make a person think they got you. Make a person think they hurt you. Make a person think so you can even see what they are and how they, because a demon gonna taunt it. A demon gonna gloat. A demon gonna feel like, yeah, I did that. A demon gonna like, damn, G, so you really trying to hurt people, but you're trying to help people? Come on, man, that's an oxymoron. You just exposed yourself. You see what I mean? You want to see who people are. This is why I never stop. I don't care if people played me. That never stopped me from building with people. I expected people to play me. I knew that before I dealt with people. Some people are going to play you and some people are going to love you. G, like, you should expect that. Be grateful when people reveal themselves. Do not get angry. God is using that to help you understand your discernment ain't where it should be, because you should have better discernment. And the discernment is for you not to pick and choose or to think you know a person. The discernment is to know that God gonna cover you. So just go in not knowing anything. Be clear and let a person fill you in. And trust God. And if a person really tries something behind your back, and trust me, it's people watching it. Can't nobody get away with nothing. So do not fear. Do not worry about what someone has planned for you, ill-wise or evil-wise. Worry about the stuff God said it got planned for you, G, for doing righteous in that moment, at any moment. Let your guard down. Stop being scared or afraid to lose your body and be worried about losing your soul. Because I guarantee you can get another body, G. But you're not. And I repeat, you cannot get another soul. You only get one. And it lasts forever. No matter how many different bodies you get. So yes, you lowered your frequency. Okay, the sun can't stay in the sky forever. It has to lower so it can help. You lowered so you can help someone. You went down to hell, into the depths of hell, to shine light on things that someone may not have been able to see. On things that someone may not have understood or known. You helped them. You did righteous, G. Feel good about yourself, even though the outcome, what it wasn't supposed to be. But God never promised that. God promised you something for doing righteous, but it never promised this person's going to hear you, love you, respect you, care for you. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't understand you anymore. Well, it was revealed that they never understood you to begin with. And the good thing is that you understand you. So now you can take time to learn to understand others, because we have to do for ourselves what we're going to do for others. Once you complete it and love yourself, now you have to learn to take that love to others. Once you learn to understand yourself, now you take that listening skill and learn to understand others. You know what type of understanding it's going to take, because a lot of people that don't understand themselves, so they're not going to be able to understand you. That's why we got curriculums like this. School didn't fill us in, G. They confused us. We got to understand what really has been done to our people and have mercy on them. This is why, yes, I hate the way we treat each other on the internet and in reality. Yes, everybody don't treat each other bad, but no, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the times are bad and I hate it. But at the end of the day, I understand it. We don't know no better, man. And those of us that do, sometimes we get tired of doing good and tired because we have not fully, picked a side. We too busy, being disloyal ourselves. You ain't gonna feel your full power till you fully, accept it. You get my drift? But nah, G, you perfect, like I said. And I thank you for that confession. That's why God say confess your sins and all that to one another. They don't understand you anymore, but guess what? Your new relative do. I understand you. And guess what? It says 37 other people in here. They understand you. So you lost a family member to gain, boom. So instead of losing your soul just to gain the world, you lost their world, but you gain more of your soul. Because remember I told you your soul ain't just you. It's a collection of all of us within you. Thank you for taking the steps that you did. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for trying. Thank you for not leaving them out on dry or hanging. Thank you for even possibly knowing that they wouldn't understand or get it, but you still tried. You might have even knew the reality and you still did it. That's love, G. That's called love. You went to hell for someone. That don't mean you're in there. You went to hell for someone. I'm thankful for you, G. That's all I'm here to do, remind you, because you reminded me of me. Everybody here helped me in the same way I'm helping you. I'm doing it in a different form and trying to remind you of different stuff or whatever the case. But I'm telling you, all of y'all helped me. I used to be super insecure. Remember, there was a point in time I didn't do all these lives, but I still used to post. So I've been on this even before I was going live. And I'm telling you, y'all was helping me even before I started just posting regular things. Y'all was helping me just by being. Because I was just learning from y'all. I'm happy to be on the internet. Because there's no way that all of us can physically meet. So I'm glad that the internet exists, because the internet is not bad. We control the internet, not the other way around. Now, if you don't realize you control the internet, then yes, the internet controls you. But the internet is controlled and ran by us, a collective group of people. Some are good, some are bad, some are shy, some are not. But no, I'm thankful for this. Y'all reminded me. Y'all the reason I had to turn around and look at myself. Y'all the reason I had to turn around and did these things I did maybe over a decade ago. But it's just, I'm telling y'all, I think y'all more than it's a reason why I try my best to help any and everybody. I don't care what you give me. I try to give you everything you gave me to show you just how good what you gave me was, even if you never was to give me nothing in the future. I'm telling you, this is already based off what you already did. Everything is based, I live based off what God has already done, so therefore you don't have to do a thing. That's how you truly protect your peace. Do everything with no expectations, like God said. Follow God's orders and commandments. Love perfectly. I don't need you for happiness. I'm happy because God did all this for us. Most people don't understand what all God has did for us, yet they trying to tell somebody else what they did for them and trying to get them to be appreciative or grateful. Like, you can't force nobody to be appreciative or grateful. Understand that, for one. Because if that's the case, you wouldn't even try to force that in nobody else. It's really you exposing yourself. So forgive yourself. You get my drift? Forgive yourself, G. I'm thankful already because of what God has already done for me. So it doesn't matter if somebody, I don't want to put no stress or burden on someone to feel like they have to do for me. I want you to be free. If you're a demon, I want you to be a demon. I want you to be able to get these works still. I want you to be able to get this knowledge still, because I know it can help. I want you to, so even if you try to use it for evil, it's still going to be utilized for what God want to use it for, not what you want to. It's not about your intentions. It's about God's intentions. So this is why I still talk to evil people. This is why I put my stuff out to the public like this. This is why. I don't just try to help the good. I try to help the bad too, because y'all need it too. And y'all my brothers and sisters too. And just because you over there, God still told me love my enemies. I can love you however I want to love you, but it's still love. And I love that you don't want to give me nothing. You don't have to. Because I want God to show you that I never needed you. If you feel that way about me. I want God to show you that I'm going to be straight without you. With or without you. Because we all already taken care of, and that's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. So there's no need for us to ever be selfish. I ain't holding on to nothing. I give what I get, because I already got a lot waiting for me where I'm at. It ain't even where I'm going. I'm already there. I just, I still come back to this body. It's just a reality. That's all. And I enjoy it. I enjoy being in this body, and I enjoy being out this body. Like, I learned to love all sides of me. I learned to love all sides of you. I had to learn to love all sides of me in order to learn all sides of you. When I say everybody beautiful, I ain't saying no blanket statement because I'm trying to hypnotize people and make people believe I'm a certain type of person. I'm speaking truth to you. Everybody's beautiful because God took time to create you, dude. Who am I to judge you? Just because you don't appeal to what my eyes mean don't mean you're not perfect. You appeal to somebody. You just wasn't made for me and vice versa. That's why I would never feel bad if I'm ugly to some people or I wasn't made for you. I wasn't made for you. I don't think I'm ugly. I don't think I'm cute. I don't look at this body. I know I'm beautiful as a soul, but I don't look at this body. But those that find it attractive, guess what? I'm grateful. And I just so happen to find them attractive. I learned to go where I'm supposed to go. Things align for a reason. Everybody's not going to be attracted to everybody. Everybody's not going to like the same thing, but everybody's going to like. That's the key. Everybody's going to like or love. I mean, let me use a better word. Everybody is not going to love the same type this, same type that, but everybody's going to love. That's the point. And when you stop loving, you're going to start hating by default. Pure alignment, G. See how we all just vibing? Ain't nobody bigger than nobody, ain't nobody smaller than nobody. This is what I really like doing. If y'all notice, if you go back in my other videos, I'll be getting this and that. Because I be doing stuff that I really don't want to do to a degree. Because I really just want to talk to y'all, but I know that some of y'all ain't trying to hear me. And sometimes that hurt my feelings. And I start raising my voice because I know if you ain't trying to hear me, then you ain't going to hear nothing I'm saying, or you already going to start arguing in your head or this, that. So I raise my voice to quiet that down. What do you do when you're trying to drown out noise? You turn your music up. I repeat, what you do, I know how the soul work. What do you do? So if I raise my voice, just understand I can raise my voice and it's not wrong because I'm doing it out of love. I ain't aggressive. I ain't mad. I ain't trying to hurt you. I'm trying to make sure you hear. If I ever raise my voice, I have a good purpose for it. Right? And sometimes people be having to watch me try to reach certain people that's far away from us. Their lips be close to us, but their heart be far away from us. Right? And I just be sometimes asking y'all, just step out the room, man. Don't judge me. You know, don't stop loving me. You know, don't think that's what I'm really hiding. No, I'm showing you I'm all that. I'm a calm version and a hype version. I'm a lower tone and a hype. I'm not one voice. I'm all my different voices. I'm not one tone. I'm all my tones. Let me be all. I'm using all of them for the same purpose. What's the problem? Right? But I take people judgment, man. At the end of the day, I just got to keep working. I just got to keep working because they can keep that same calm tone, but they might not be helping nobody but they self and their own image. I'm trying to help our image, man, which is God's image. That's what need to be restored, G. Clarity. Not this confusion. Because like I said, that's why I mentioned, so if you ever hear me mention, well, somebody could be talking to y'all calm, cool, and collected, but they can be trapping your soul the whole time, and I can be raising my voice, but dog, I'm trying to get you to the promised land. And you judging my physical actions because you don't see my spirit, and because you don't see their spirit and you looking at their physical actions, you miss what they doing. We gotta stop falling for the flesh. I'm trying to be perfect in spirit. I don't give a damn about my flesh. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I'm trying to be perfect in spirit. I don't give a damn about my flesh. I love it and appreciate it, but I don't get too caught up with this because I know I'm going to depart from it one day, so why get too wrapped up in it? I'm cool. I'm getting wrapped up in all of what I can do with it. That's why I love it. I love it because I'm capable of loving others with it. It helps me love others, G. What you talking? What? What? Yeah, what's understood don't need to be explained because God gonna explain it on the inside. Yeah. 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 That's what I'm talking about, man. I love y'all. I straight love y'all. You see what? I already knew it. You see what happens when we just sit down and talk to each other? See what happens when we just sit down and just be honest? We all don't know the same thing, but now y'all know a part of me and some things and add it to your repertoire. And I know some things about y'all. I'm going to add it to my repertoire. And everything we just did just made me stronger. And I pray it made you stronger too. You know, getting ready to help instead of being drained for it. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready to, sometimes we don't want to be there for others because we feel like wasn't nobody there for us. Like I said, I'm here for you because God was here for me, G. Somebody always there for me. If you decide to go home, you're going to find out somebody always there for you. God not the only one up there. Your mother and father not the only ones up there, G. Just like you had people waiting for you down here, there's people waiting for you up there. What are you talking? What are you talking? No, it's always somebody waiting on you, man. It's always somebody, you know what I'm saying, looking out for you. It's always, always will be, G. Man, I thank y'all though. So do we have an understanding of perfection, or do we need to go deeper? Yeah, God judged the heart only. Thank you. Thank you, Cross. Man sit around and judge. Oh, you got on these type of shoes, those type. Oh, you a bum. Oh, you wear your hat like this. Oh, you wear your hat like that. Oh, you a Crip blood. Oh, she got on this, she got on that. Oh, she hurt. Oh, she ain't got this, she ain't got that. Oh, she hurt. She doing bad. She down bad. Whole time you could be loving, kind, wise, in heaven, got all the riches and wealth in the world, but because it cannot be seen and shown to demons, because we not here to stun on them, huh? Huh? We start treating people different based on what they dress like, based on their complexion, based on their height, based on their weight, based on their facial features. Oh boy, it's consequences for you. And no, I'm not saying it's consequences coming. I'm saying you already living them. Just don't even realize that it hasn't been revealed to you yet. Trust me. It will. Because God don't like that heart, and that heart ugly. That heart ugly. This is how you renew your mind if you want a perfect mind, G. If you the type to where when you, because this is not about the lips that open, because some of y'all smart. Some of y'all ain't dumb enough to go open your mouth and tell somebody they ugly, but you'll open your heart all day long and say that because you know they don't hear it, but God do hear it, and you need to have some more respect for God than that. Unless you with the devil, then the devil want to hear that type of stuff. The evil want to hear that type of stuff. But if you with God, no, this is how you renew your mind and turn from your wicked ways. When your mind starts, because this is not your mind, you have to give these people their mind back, because this ain't your language, and the language is formed from the mind. In the beginning was the word. That's why they had to take control of your language, to take control of your words. You take control of the understanding, but you don't control your words. Get my drift? Forgive me for that outburst. No. The way that you correct yourself is this. When you hear that mind say, hey man, that person ugly, you correct it and say, no, that person's just not for me. That person's beautiful. I just don't have the eye to see it. And you really do is just not, you're just looking at the parts that you want to see a certain way, instead of when you look at everybody as a whole and understand what all it takes to make a body. Can you make what they call human body? No. So shut up. It's never ugly. Can you create bones? No. You know how to make lungs? No. You know how to make a physical heart? No. You know how to make intestines? Oh, so shut up. See, the person is not just the flesh you see. A person is the muscles. A person is the spine. A person is the chrome, the dome. A person is the eyes. A person is the legs. A person is the muscle. A person is the tissue. A person is the veins. That's all of what is in that flesh, not no physical stuff. You're not even really in that body, G. You connected to it, and we talked about it before. We're gonna talk about it again, not now, because it's not about perfection, but just know, like, we make things clear so there's no confusion amongst you, and you can walk with confidence within yourself. God gonna judge that heart, and you need to judge that heart. So when you say somebody else is ugly, the first thing you tell yourself is, man, you ugly. Because that's ugly for you to think that. And like I said, it's ugly for you to think that because you have the understanding that this person was made for someone else. So God is not going to make it so this person appeals to you, and that's what keeps you away from that person and that person away from you. This is how God keeps order. This is how you know God has intentions for who's supposed to be with who, and people that's supposed to be vibing, or whatever the case may be, because you're not attracted to everything, and everything is not attracted to you. You're not going to align to everything, and everything is not going to align to you. You have to get yourself together if you truly want to see the life that God had for you. Because a lot of us always think that the life God had for us is sitting in a mansion, not having no bills, not having to do this, not having to work. No, the life that God has for you is something filled with love, whether you do live in a mansion or you homeless, whether you do pay bills or you don't. You like F that. Whether you do cook or you don't. Whether you do have a car or you don't. Whether you do no. Learn to love others even through all of that. It's simple, but it's not. You get what I'm saying? Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to get out. Look. I'm sure that's no lie. That's what's in my heart right now. Monday the Tinker Mans. I did the Monday the Tinker Mans. For those that don't know, I just had a little Tinker Mans. You know what I'm saying? I had distinctive ones, which is teacups. For those that don't know, and I got no Tinker Mans now. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And his name is Leon. For those that want to know, his name is Leon. Uh, got Leon, Kennedy, and Janira. So those are the little ones. Those are the little ones. You get my drift. But yeah, man, I love him so much, man. I was so grateful, and just my gosh, man. All children are just amazing, G. I don't know what that feeling is that they do to you, but it's just you feel the pure love, you feel the that's why I want to get to that version of me inside. That's why I try to speak from that version of me inside. That's another reason why it'd be hard to be perfect, because it's like, how many babies do you see walking around in a business suit? Like, I know a lot of people swear up and down I'm supposed to be acting my age, but what if my age was not what you thought it was, and I wasn't going based off where my body is? Huh? Because most kids be having wisdom, but adults don't. Adults that don't be having it in order seem to not listen to the kids. Kids know exactly how to simplify this. They know how to love. We don't be wanting to do that because we want it our way and we want it this, that, and we complicate their life. Imagine that. If the adults can't govern themselves, the children can't. Because the adults get in the way and start teaching these children their behaviors, and the children go off and do that, and that's why schools and stuff is unsafe. It's not because of the children, it's because of the adults that are who put their spirit in the children. You get what I'm saying? And you end up messing it up for everybody. So man. Whew. Do we all have an understanding of what perfection is? Yes or no? Or do we need to bring up more parables? Do we need to bring up more understandings? Do we need to bring out more wisdom? Right? Because we also have courses too. So don't think this then. If you're interested in our courses, email us at Mental Magic Omniverse. If you don't know how to spell that, just click on the link above the video when you get out of it. mentalmagicomniverse@gmail.com. Right? We got a full curriculum. We got other curriculums on the way, more advanced curriculums on the way, and all types of things, man. This was just us bonding. Yes, this was a course, but really this was really a gathering. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We got yeses in the building. This is yes. Don't God say be on one accord? I'm even hearing y'all that's saying yes without typing. So when I talk, I'm not expecting for you to type. So do not put the pressure on yourself. I really believe in spirit. I really do believe in soul. And I really did hear you. If you really did say yes. And if you really said no, I heard you too. If you said no at this point, it's because you don't want to know. So I ain't tripping. When you watch the video back, if you truly seek, you'll find. If you truly knock, it'll answer you. But if you don't really want to know it, I ain't trying to force nothing on you or never trying to convince you, or nor am I going to try to over push my message for a person to even believe I'm trying to recruit them to God. There is no recruiting. You get what I'm saying? It's only acceptance, G. Okay, everybody say yes. Now I want to ask everybody in here. I'm gonna ask you this before we wrap this up. Are you perfect? Yes or no? I'm not asking are you living up to your potential. We know you're gonna do that. Because some of us didn't even realize we were perfect, so there was no potential to live up to. So you're forgiven for everything you did, and that's why God made you perfect. Because once you're forgiven, you clean anyway. So even with those mistakes, those are all wiped out. So why don't you be wiping them out again? Right. You're supposed to have them still in your heart, so you use them as lessons. You use them as morals. You use them as a footstool, as something to help guide you through darkness in the future. But that don't mean you're imperfect. Once you're forgiven, you are perfect again. Get my drift? That's the whole point of it. Yes, that's all I wanted. Yes. Yes, that's all I wanted. And if not, we could have talked about it. That's all. That's what I'm talking about. We got say ohms and yes in the building. Let your say ohm be your say ohm. Let your yes be your yes. And let your una be your una. Or let your no be your no. That's what I'm talking about, G. I'm learning not to be so long-winded, not because I don't have nothing to say, but I don't want to drown out all of what was already said. I want to start taking my time because it's a lot for us to talk about. It's a lot of time for us to spend. You know, and I want to make sure that we start to gather properly and not overdo it nor underdo it. You know, not take too much time away, but also not spend too much time together, because too much of anything can destroy you. You get what I'm saying? Too much of anything can destroy you. So I want to make sure we're doing it in a timely manner, in a timely fashion, while not taking too much away from your day and disrespecting the other family that you may have, or the relatives that you may have, or the loved ones that you may have that are waiting for you, that want you, that need you, that may need something from you, you know. I wanted to make sure we got together and got stronger so we can get back to them with love, G. You know, we can come here and release everything and give it to God. You see how you ain't have to directly tell me what was going on, because you directly tell God that, but you could just kind of give me an outline, and you know, from there we can help each other understand, man. Because at the end of the day, God solves all our problems. So I thank y'all, man. God, Allah, universe, Buddha, omniverse, whatever you want to call it, G. You get what I'm saying? Yahuwah. It's so many names out there. So many names, but they all the same. They all the same, G. That's what I'm talking about, man. If y'all interested in this video and the video from yesterday and the PowerPoint from yesterday, or any of our courses, anything, man, like I said, reach in, mental magic, omniverse at gmail.com. Until the next time, man, I'm Malagra. I'm Malagra to everybody. I have an Agra Outer and an Agra Ubanus. And basically what I just said is I love y'all to everybody, and you have a good day and a good night, man. Right? A good day and a good night, G. That's it. Finna go ahead and wrap this up. Don't forget about nothing we said, G. If so, I'm gonna come looking for you. I think it's a game. I don't think it's a game, cuz. I don't think it's a game, G.